Hi, welcome to the Brief Book Reviews channel, otherwise known as An Old Guy Reviews the Book he's read this week. So what's the old guy read this week? Well, book I've read this week is this one. It's called The Christmas Cracker Killer by Alexandra Benedict. It was published as a hardback here in the UK on the 6th of November 2025 by Simon & Schuster, and the advertising blurb for this book refers to the author as the Queen of the Christmas Mystery. She's published 4 books as A.K. Benedict, but this is her 4th book, published as Alexandra Benedict with a Christmas theme. The first one was called The Christmas Jigsaw Murders, second, The Murder on the Christmas Express, the third, The Christmas Murder Game. The books have one thing, the Christmas-based books have one thing in common, and it's that the author sets puzzles and games at the start of the book for you to do as you go through the book. So top level, cosy crime, Christmas mystery, but also great for quizzes and gamers. So let's have a look at the games that are set in this one. Before I give a quick review, and please excuse the croaky throat, not particularly well at the moment. So game 1, prize time, top of each chapter, including the prologue and epilogue, is one letter from the title of a festive film. Rearrange letters and tag me on a blue sky dress with the answer. Game 2, find 10 of Edie, that's the central character's favourite punk songs, hidden in the text of the prologue of the chapters, and give us the chapters' names. So that's there. Game 3, anagrams of Christmas films to find. Game 4, books and films set in hotels to find. And Game 5, 10 ghost stories for Christmas from both the 70s and 2005 to present television runs. So, great book for gamers and puzzlers. But what's the story about? Well, as I said, the central character is called Edie O'Sullivan. She's an Octogenarian puzzle compiler, does crosswords. Her and her partner, Riga, who's 92, have won a 2-day Christmas break at a remote Scottish island at a hotel called the Aster Castle Hotel. The Aster Castle is having a soft opening, and Edie's not that keen on Christmas generally, but she's looking forward to a proper Christmas, full of walks, roaring fires, good food, good books, and of course good whisky. It's Scotland. Soon finds out that it's not quite the Christmas they'd expected. There are quite a few characters in this book, and thankfully, again, in the front of the book, we get a list of, he says, trying to find it desperately, there's a list of all the people that work at the hotel and a list of all the guests, and the guests are a varied bunch, as are the employees. So a lot of people in the mix. Very soon after Edie and Riga arrive, there's a death. There's a guest dies in mysterious circumstances. Now, as it happens, Edie's adopted son, Sean Brown O'Sullivan, who's a police inspector, is also on the island, and Edie soon realises that she's going to have to get Sean to declare a murder scene, and they find the guest has been murdered. But the conundrum is that the Christmas crackers that the guests have been opening, they've all got riddles in them, and the riddles seem to imply that the person that died had something that they needed to get off the chest that they were guilty of. Very soon there are more deaths, and Edie realises that there are cryptic clues that have been put into the Christmas cracker, which give clues as to why they've been killed, and hopefully who the killer is. The problem is, they're stuck on a remote island. The weather's turned against them. That's often happens in these types of stories. Sean, her adopted son, is trying to maintain, crime scenes, but it's very, very difficult. And all of a sudden, we've got a bit of a puzzle for Edie to solve. Her name's pronounced E-D-I-E. I presume it's pronounced Edie. Apologies if it's Eddie. So that's the crux of the tale. Can Edie find out who the killer is before the killer gets to Edie? It's a really, really good cosy crime mystery. And as I said before, there are lots of puzzles and games to play as you go through the book. So this will make a great present for a quizzer or a puzzler. It's 283 pages. So I really enjoyed it. and rattled through the book. Good, easy read, some humour in it as well, and you certainly you have empathy with the character of Edie and her partner Riga, and it's very well written characters. The only thing that threw me somewhat is that the boatman stroke caretaker is a guy called Swindon, and being a Swindon boy, I thought, hang on, what's going on here? But such is life. So, really enjoyed it. I'd say if you know somebody who's a quizzer or a puzzler, they would really enjoy this. Nice little story, nice murder mystery. Don't know who the perp is until right at the very end, and lots of games and puzzles to play as you work your way through the book. Apologies once again for the croaky throat. Hopefully next week I'll be better. So, thanks for watching. That's it for this week's brief book review. 10-10 till we do it again. Bye.